in a game like this. It was great to see, to know that we can't count on them if we need to. And it's really no surprise to me. They're both great players. So to see them, I think they were just playing at that moment. Brandon, coach preaches the three-man getting to the boards, and that's what he was doing. And then Tony was just helping his teammate on the drive. So I mean, it was things that coach preaches about us, tells us to do, and they just executed what he wanted us to do.
We only get coach after the game, so we only know how he was after this one. Was he more ticked off at halftime or afterwards?
He was pretty fired up at halftime, just because we weren't playing with the energy that he knew we could play with. So he was trying to get us fired up, trying to get us to come out and play with more effort.
How much of that has to do with Joel?
I don't think Joel definitely, when he gets in the game, he sets the tone. But Nate does a great job of doing it on the defensive end also. So I mean, you want your leader out there. You want your leader, your point guard out there. But at the end of the day, we all have to go out there and we have to play with more energy and effort. So.
Would you be ready to do that in 6 days against a team like Kentucky?
Yeah, I think we will. We just have to focus more, do a better job of preparing. So that's all it is.
From our vantage point, it looks like you guys do miss Joe, obviously, because there's flow issues every once in a while. Offensively, I know Nate does a really good job, and it's certainly a luxury to have a guy like that in the program. But it looks like there's just something different out there. Is it just you guys not playing well for a couple of games, or it's just sort of coincidental, or is it really you get Joel, you guys are exponentially better?
I think it's going to be a different game just because we're going to play different just because the point guard is so big in our offense, and Joel and Nate are two different players. So it's definitely going to be different. But of course, Joel is going to shoot the ball more than Nate. They both do a great job of getting us in the offense, but the game will be, the flow of the game will be different because they're different players and they'll do different things. So it's going to feel a little bit different.
Do you take these two games as you beat two quality teams? Davidson's a team that beat in the NCAA tournament. Tennessee, not a bad team, and you don't play well and you still win. So there's growth there in some way, or is it we're just not playing well? We've really got to get back to square one and use this week to get a lot better because of EF coming up.
I think we can look back on these past two games and use them as learning experiences. To know that we can't come out and we can't play a certain way or we can't prepare a certain way and come out and think that teams are just going to roll over. We have to come on, we have to play with energy and effort every game. And I think if we get to a point in the season where we are doing that, we can look back at these past two games and say, this is what happened. We were in dogfights these two games, so you know you can't play like that. So
Brandon is fearless every time he gets on the court. He gave you guys some energy tonight when you needed it. Is he that way nonstop in practice when you guys are playing pickup? And is he always just fearless?
Yeah, he's a guy that isn't afraid to throw his body around, whatever body he has. But he's scrappy and he plays hard and he gets after it. So I mean, I've gotten used to it.
Thanks a lot, appreciate it.
A year ago,